Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to my first type of video like this. Just a quick background about myself, since just kind of just new to this. I'm a big Green Bay fan, big Lakers fan too. I basically want to turn this channel into like a NBA, NFL type of like content. Um, that's supposed to represent a Green Bay player. So you get used to this background. Actually, don't get used to it because I'm gonna be moving soon. But enjoy the background while it lasts. Um, yeah. So let's not take too much of your time. I know why you're here. We're here to talk about Green Bay's game against the Eagles. What a shit show, am I right? First player I want to talk about is Jordan Love. He had a 55% completion rate, 176 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, with his worst rating of the season of 68.8. This game was atrocious for him. I don't entirely blame him, though. I feel like our O-line did shit. I feel like our wide receivers did not play up to par. And no offense to Romeo, no offense to Christian Watson. Um, and I'm not saying it's entirely our wide receivers' faults. It's not entirely their faults. It's a big part of Jordan Love too. Um, there should be no reason. I feel like there should be no reason why Jordan Love is just missing these plays of like Romeo being wide open, other people being wide open. And I get that we need to fix that, and I get that is his fault. That's why I said 50%. Or I didn't say 50%, but like 50% on him, 50% on everything else, right? I think the majority of his play is mostly on him, or at least half on him, 50% plus. Um, just the missed open wide receivers, and I think that is from the pressures, which our O-line need to step that up. And but it's gonna make teams realize if we just get Jordan Love under pressure, he's just gonna not perform well. But I think that's knocking him down, knocking Jordan Love down a little bit, because it's not even just entirely that, because it's also a play calling. Next thing I want to talk about before we get to the play calling, the next thing that I want to talk about would probably have to be Josh Jacobs, which actually goes in hand with the play calling. He had 21 attempts, 74 yards, 3.5 average, 1 touchdown, and yeah, not too bad game for him. 21 touches, 74 yards, 3.5. 3.5 is not desirable. I feel like he could definitely got more production out of there, but 74 yards, a touchdown, not too bad. The only touchdown of the game, by the way. I feel like 21 carries is a little too much. I think we needed to realize, especially how it was running, 21 carries in a game isn't necessarily bad for a offense necessarily if you know how to carry out that 21. I feel like there was just times where we were just running the ball way too much during a lot of drives. Like there were so many drives where we were just running the ball. That's all we were doing. Or we do a quick screen pass or a check down or something like that. Something stupid. Um, so I didn't really understand the. I mean, I kind of understand, the running call, like the playing the run. I kind of understand it, but I still don't understand when mostly running the ball doesn't result in anything, and then you give it to Jordan Love on pass plays, and for one drive, by the way, and then he has a good drive, and then it's just a fucking fumble, which that sucked. That's also another thing I want to flag Jordan Love on, is that fumble. That was fucking atrocious. But shit like that happens. It just happens. Next thing I want to talk about though is the scoring. Both teams scored like ass. Like I said, Jordan Love had no touchdowns, and Josh Jacobs is the only one with a touchdown for 7, and the Eagles won by 3 with 10 on the board. Which actually leads me to Brandon McManus, the guy of the hour. Ever since he got injured, he's been playing like shit, and I think Matt LaFleur needs to realize this and needs to put a stop to bring him out on the field. Not a knock on Brandon McManus, but it's the truth. You know, it's just that kick at the very end was the most pathetic, horrible fucking shit I've seen in a long time. I mean, it was bad. I originally, when I seen it, I thought it was a blocked kick. That's how bad it was. I thought the kick got blocked or like deflected or something. No, he just generally hit it all the way to the left. Like, I didn't expect him to make it, okay? Just from what we've seen the last few, stuff. I didn't expect him to make it. But you're telling me you right, like wide left kick it. You didn't even. It wasn't anywhere near. Like I wouldn't have been that upset if it was someone near, or if it was at least towards the post. But no, wasn't even close. Crazy. Next thing I want to talk about is our defense. Defense did great, like I said. Only 10 points on the board, which is good for the defense. The defense played great, made the Eagles' offense look like dog shit. So towards the end, then was kind of not too good. But other than that, they played a really good game. I think they kind of started falling off a little bit towards the end, but I don't think it was that bad. But the player that I really want to talk about is Micah Parsons. He had 0 sacks, 0 interceptions. I mean, the interceptions don't really fucking matter, but 0 sacks. But I think a lot of people like to forget about his pressures. He had 7 pressures. The only thing about it is even though he had 7 pressures, on most of those pressures, they didn't really matter. And why do I say that? It's because most of those pressures that he had still ended up being positive plays. I mean, I just from watching the game, there were so many times where he could have he was getting to them, but then Jalen Hurts just runs out of the pocket, either rushes and gets it down, or throws the ball to some wide receiver for some gainage. So his pressures didn't really fucking matter. No sacks though. Really disappointed in Micah for that one. But like I said, I'm not gonna hate on Micah. I think he still did great. I think he played good. 7 pressures, like I said. It's just sad that it didn't really resolve into too much. But no hate towards him. Love the guy, and I think people over criticizing him is kind of crazy. I get he has a big contract, but 7 pressures still is nothing horrible. It is what it is. And then what we've been avoiding for this entire video. Matt LaFleur. Oh, Matt LaFleur. The play calling was horrible. 4th and 1, we run it. 4th and 9, we keep the offense on the field. Which you might be like, and Jordan Love had a good ball. You might think, oh, so you guys made it? No. We decided to throw it to Bo Melton. No dish on Bo Melton. Love the dude. No hard feelings. But he has not played an offensive snap at all until this game this season. He's been mostly a defensive player. He got transferred to corner. But why is it we have this player that we have to transfer to a wide receiver because how injured our team is, by the way, Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed, Golden, we're all down. And then in the 4th quarter, Romeo got hurt. So, Jordan Love didn't have too many targets, right? But why is it when it's a 4th and 9, you have Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs at this point, still on the field. You decide to throw it to the dude that hasn't played an offensive snap this game or this season until this game. You could have any other play. You could have Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson. Either of those wide receivers would have been better. No offense to Bo Melton. Not saying he's an ass player. Not saying he can't be good. Not saying that. But he has been a defensive player this season. He played wide receiver last season. He hasn't played an offensive snap in so long. Why throw him the fucking ball on 4th and 9? It makes no sense to me. None at all. Why even do it? At all. Stupid. It just makes no sense to me. Like I said, and the 4th and 1. That makes even more no sense. Like, I understand, okay? You have Josh Jacobs. He is a great running back. You've been running the ball all game. The defense even called out it was going to be a run before it even happened. They knew it was going to be a run. And you still fucking called that shit. You still called the run. Come on. And you can't even blame Jordan Love on that one. He even admitted that that was not his play call. That was Matt LaFleur's. Matt LaFleur, what the fuck were you thinking? A 4th and 1 and you run it and the defense immediately fucking called it out. And honestly, I'm not. This core is too good to be losing. This core is way too good to be losing. I full-heartedly believe Matt LaFleur is the problem at this point. But the issue is if we make it to the playoffs and we win some playoff games, or we win, or even if we lose, I still feel like they won't fire Matt LaFleur. Even though I feel like if he continues playing like shit and we lose against the Giants, or we go on and we end up losing to, I don't know what other team, to the Bears, to the Lions, to I can't remember the rest of, to the Vikings. If we go, because our schedule moving forward is a hard schedule. We have the New York Giants, then we have the Bears, I'm pretty sure. If I'm correct, maybe I'm going crazy. Let me search it up just to double check. We have the Giants, Vikings, Lions, Bears, then Broncos, then Bears, then Ravens, then Vikings. This schedule that is coming up, okay, is going to be horrible for us. And what I mean by that, I mean this schedule is a hard ass fucking schedule. You have in the next 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3 division rivals in 4 weeks. Then after that, you have two division rivals in 4 weeks. So in 8 weeks, we have 5 division rivals in 8 weeks upcoming in our schedule, right? We have the Giants, which if we lose this, Matt LaFleur needs to be on the fucking. If he's not on the hot seat, he needs to be on the one right now. Then we have the Vikings. Then for Thanksgiving, we have the Lions. That's going to be a shitty ass game. And what I mean by that is, if Green Bay does it in the next 2 games, if the Giants, against the Giants and against the Vikings, if we don't clean our shit up and we lose or we win in horrible fashion, we are not winning that Lions game. Then the Bears, who are now above us, who fucking knows? They could easily beat our ass. Broncos could easily beat our ass. They're having a good season. Bears again, they could easily beat our ass. Ravens with Lamar could easily beat our ass. This schedule, if we don't lock the fuck in, we're fucked. Because I could really this is how I could see the Green Bay season going. We win against the Giants, lose against the Vikings, lose against the Lions, lose against the Bears, lose against the Broncos, lose against the Bears, lose against the Ravens, beat the Vikings. I could literally see us losing majority of our games but 2 in the next upcoming 8. Come on. That's where I'm at with this team. Okay, I generally see us I think we could lose generally to the Vikings. And it's just because, for some reason, when we play teams that are shit, and it's not even teams that are shit anymore, when we just play teams with this type of play calling, we fucking lose. And I think Matt LaFleur needs to be on the hot seat. Before this, I was not a Matt LaFleur hater. I liked Matt LaFleur, and I thought he could play. I thought he could be a good head coach, or a good play caller. I mean, I still think he's a good head coach. I just think he's a shitty play caller. Matt LaFleur needs to be on the hot seat. He either needs to be removed from play calling abilities and give it and hire a new offensive coordinator so he can take on all the offensive responsibility, or most of the offensive responsibilities, while Matt LaFleur helps and aids, right? Something needs to be done. Something needs to be happening here, because there should be no reason why Matt LaFleur's play calling is this fucking shit. I know what type of coach he can be, and he's not being that coach. And that's what pisses me off the most about this team. Hopefully we can get our shit together, especially with these upcoming games. That's pretty much all I had to say. Hopefully Green Bay can turn shit around, and I have a big faith in them. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. Hope you guys have a blessed day. See you guys.